Hello, everyone. Welcome to the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event, the D.I.V.E Social Summit for short. If you are new to D.I.V.E live online, then my name is Iona Meade, your big vision and mission purposepreneur and founder of the Soul Speakers Academy and host for this interview series, where I have brought together 49 guest experts who I like to call soul speakers from all over the world, sharing with you soul-inspired, intuitive business, lifestyle, and marketing strategies for purpose-driven business owners. So throughout the 49 days of the Social Summit, each of my guests will come into what I call the Soul Speaker Spotlight and share with you not only their free gift for the day, but also their soul-inspired strategy. So hopefully this interview is coming to you in divine timing, with divine energy, and in divine flow. We know that the universe brings us what we need, but it's not always much fun to do it alone. And that's why you'll be able to connect with me, my guests, and other like-minded attendees in the Social Summit's Facebook tribe that is called Soul Speakers Tribe. So we have about 20 minutes together today, and I'm going to introduce my very special guest and bring her on. So please welcome Kellie Hill. Hi, Kellie.
Hi, how are you this morning? Oh, it may not be morning, your time.
Yeah, we're on different time zones. I'm good, thank you. All the better for having you. So let me give you a warm introduction. Yeah. Oh, if you want to mute yourself while I'm speaking, I just heard a little bit of feedback. Sorry, I apologize. So Kellie is a best-selling author, television personality, and she is called the America's Hottest Nutritionist. But she says her greatest roles are as a wife, mother, survivor of both heart attacks and a stroke. That's huge. So as a local ambassador of the American Heart Association and Mended Heart visitor, Kellie continues to devote her life work to helping others find their healthiest diet too. So guys, if you have any questions for Kellie whatsoever, then do leave them below this interview. So Kellie, before we go into what you're bringing to the summit today, can you share with our audience a little bit about how your paths unfolded and how you come to do what you're doing today? But from your bio, it kind of speaks volumes for me. So do share.
It was less than 2 years ago that I couldn't do this. It was completely outside of my ability. And it's because I had had a stroke. And that came after, at the age of 42, I had a heart attack and then heart bypass surgery. And here in America, and we are unfortunately exporting this across the world, heart disease is the #1 killer of women right now. We're losing 1 in 3 women to heart attack or stroke. And unfortunately, those numbers are growing worldwide. It's not just a bad American food thing. It's really a whole piece of everything that's happening in our world right now. And I fell victim to it. I was a nutritional, and still am, a nutritional therapy practitioner. So I was running triathlons and eating super healthy at my ideal weight, everything, every little box you could check off for a healthy person. And yet I still ended up in the hospital having a heart attack and being told that I was too healthy, that there was no way that could be happening. And they tried to send me home. So I was lucky because I knew my body well enough that I could say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not leaving this hospital till you figure it out. And luckily they did. They saved me just in time, as I had 100% blockage of my lateral anterior descending aorta. So it's what they call the widowmaker. And if I had been anywhere else besides the middle of the hospital when it happened, I'd be dead. So I was really super fortunate, very grateful that everything aligned just right to make sure that I was safe. And unfortunately, they gave me a stent that didn't hold. And within 8-9 months, whatever it was, I was back and I was having heart bypass surgery in order to make sure that I'd be able to live. Within a year, I had a stroke. And so there was a lot of blood-related issues that caused all of this. Nothing that isn't a little box that somebody could have said, oh, this is likely to happen. And this is what we're really beginning to see in the world, is we're seeing that there's things that are happening around us that people aren't aware of. We don't know enough. Our bodies aren't changing as fast as our medical community and our food. And so it's an exciting time for me in the fact that I'm alive to be able to share this message and help people begin to find out what's happening in their life so they can prevent what's happened to me, or worse, what's happening in the world where we're losing so many people. I mean, heart disease is the #1 killer. Right behind that, #4 is stroke. So, I mean, these are major reasons to get on it, be thankful and grateful, and figure out what we can do to make a difference.
Wow, thank you so much. I don't know if you saw, I wasn't on screen, but I just got goosebumps. It's crazy.
You know, everything happens for a reason, and I've learned that that's my reason. I mean, I spent lots of time in the hospital going, why me? How me? You know, all pity stuff. And that's, you know, a normal process. But at the same time, I realized it's me because I have the ability to say, I didn't do anything wrong and it still happened. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. So pay attention. And that's, I think, really why it happened is I was lucky enough to live, survive, and be able to say, you know, how can I affect the lives of other people now and get them to understand that there's things that we need to pay attention to and change so that we can live a long, healthy, you know, wonderful life.
Oh, thank you. And, you know, I know your story, and we've connected, and our audience don't know, but you share and you touch on that a little bit of you, because of your background, you thought, and because you knew your body well, you're like, I'm not going anywhere. And I know that was a shortened version of your story because, you know, the doctors were just ready to send you home. Like, you know, tell your husband, you take her home. There's nothing that we can do for her. And you stood your ground and you knew your body. So when you know your body like that, and that saved your life. Before we share your free gift and before we kind of move into that, can you share with our audience what the doctor said of why it is that you actually did survive the way that you did?
Because mine went pretty global. So I've had a lot of cardiologists and specialists look at my stuff worldwide. And the fun part is they all come back to the same thing. It was my healthy diet that saved my life. If I hadn't been as healthy as I was, I wouldn't have been able to identify what was happening. And as you said, stand my ground. And that made the difference. It's made the difference in my ability to come back. The type of stroke I had the droopy face. I couldn't move my hand. I couldn't swallow. And for a lot of people, those are things you don't get to come back from, let alone come back and do interviews like this and feel confident getting in front of a camera and not worried about it. So there's that healthy diet really did more than just save my life. It made the difference between what happened then and how I'm able to be the me that is now me.
Yeah, I love it. And I don't know if you guys resonate with that, and I'm sure you will. Do leave those comments and continue on the conversation. If you've experienced anything like it, I mean, wow, to have somebody around you, a loved one, a friend who has experienced that, so you can take what Kellie's sharing and actually sit with it and see how it can fit you. And I love that you say that everything happens for a reason, and I do believe that. And you had the ability and the knowledge to say, actually, now this is me. If you can mute yourself a little bit, please, Karen, thank you. You're getting a little bit of feedback. You can say that actually, knowing my background and knowing that I did eat so well and knowing that that was the crucial part that actually saved my life, now I'm actually going to go out and gift that and be that nutritional practitioner that's out there, walking your talk and actually making that difference. Because I know when you're saying about you couldn't move your hands and you had the droopy face because you had the stroke, you travel all over the world, just traveling, doing for your job and featuring. So you wouldn't have been able to do those things. It would have impacted your business as well, right?
Yes. Well, and actually that part of my business never even came about until afterwards. So although I was doing other things, and doing nutrition, I had never been asked to go speak like I am now. And so now I get to go out and share my adventure and help other people find out what they can do to make a good preventative change in their life. And it's it's the most rewarding thing I could have ever found in my life, to have people say, you know, you've made a difference. And we don't always get that opportunity to hear that. And maybe I was making a difference before, I don't know. I didn't hear it like I do now. And so I feel even more gratitude to the fact that I know now that I can make a difference in people's lives, and they're resonating with me, and we're making those changes together so that people have their optimal health and the life that they really want to live right within their grasp.
Oh, love it. Perfect. So that leads us on beautifully, and I'll put the link for you for Kellie's free gift today. So again, thank you for bringing that to the summit. So do grab it. I give you full permission to multitask and go and grab that. So Kellie, you bring to the summit heart healthy recipes in the form of videos. Mm-hmm. So when our guys go over and they get that, what are they going to get in terms of where they start, or what's the style of the video? What is it that you share with them that helps them to keep their heart healthy and to really look after themselves?
Healthy recipes.
Oh, did you go out?
Oh, there you are. I don't know. For some reason we froze.
Okay. Go. Yeah. So yeah, what do they get?
Okay. So these are, so the question people always ask is, you know, how do I eat like you? How do I make these changes? And so I started with 4 of my favorite heart healthy recipes, and they're everything from an appetizer to a main dish to a salad and a dessert. So it's like a whole meal if you're the person that eats appetizers and desserts. I'm not, but but these are all it's a really good starting point to see how easy it is. I'm not talking about spending a half an hour in the kitchen for every single thing that you want to make. We're talking fast, easy meals that people can do without feeling overwhelmed. And so I picked 4 of my favorites that are easy and tasty, and just the really fun ones to get going with. Although there's tons on my website, there's a lot. So, but I picked my 4 favorites, and we put them together in a little series, and they'll get the video. It shows me making it real time, so you know kind of what you're looking at, and then the written recipes as well. And if they like, they can also opt in and get weekly nutrition tips. I send them out every week, whatever's on my mind at that moment.
Oh, perfect. I love that. And so I watched the first video, and Kellie's in the kitchen, we're literally walking you through step by step. And I was just sharing with Kellie in the green room. I remember going in my kitchen when I was younger and standing there and pretending that I was doing this cookery show, right? And Kellie's done this worldwide, all over the world, TV shows, and just your knowledge is so vast, but you make it fun.
Oh, good.
Easy and simple, and you know, where you are walking people through. And if you've got the recipes there, guys, then you can go out, get what you need, and then press that play button and pause if you need to go and grab something. You know, I think it's amazing. Once you do it a couple of times, because for me, what comes to mind is when you just get a recipe and you try it and it's like, oh, it doesn't taste or look like what I thought it would look. But when you've got somebody actually guiding you, they're showing you the amounts of what you put in, and you know, I think that's really powerful. How did you come up with the idea of doing the videos for it and not just giving a recipe?
When I used to have just one-on-one clients, it was so easy because they would come to my office, and in the videos is the back of my office. I have a whole demonstration kitchen back there that I use. But then as my business expanded, the question became, how do I give that same interaction to somebody who's on Skype with me? You know, and it became a little difficult. And so we tried doing the recipes while people were on Skype, but that's almost more overwhelming because they're trying to stop and find stuff, and there's not really the ability to pause, like you were saying, you know, and go get something. So we found out it was easier if I knew kind of what I was wanting to teach somebody, and we do a Skype and I send them the video. And so I thought, well, if we're going to do that, we might as well just start putting those videos out for everybody. And so there's hundreds on my website, and I add them. It depends. I added 9 this month. So you know, some months are less, but there's always new ones coming up of things that people can make super fast, easy. And I try to align them to certain things. So there's sections of gluten-free and sections of paleo and sections of salads. And so if somebody's looking for something and they're like, oh, I need a salad to go with this, they can just go to the website and find recipes and videos. And it just seems to be the easiest medium right now for people to be able to work. And I want everybody to get healthy. So whatever makes it easy for people, I'm all about that.
Oh, love it. Oh, wow. That's so, I didn't know there was that many
lots
videos. So do you have a way to support people even deeper? So are they doing it solo? You mentioned like your one-on-one clients. Do you have a group to support people, or?
I do. I have quite a few. So I have groups, both short-term, like month groups. I have extended 6-month groups, and then I have private one-on-ones. And I've been known to make all sorts of crazy stuff up when need be. So every once in a while, a group in a small area. I have one right now in Missouri, or Missouri, they say. So, they got a group together and purchased time, and we meet together every couple weeks in that group, and they meet in a lady's house. And I'm very flexible on that. Whatever it's going to take to get people moving along in that journey, then I think that's what we need to do with our businesses, and be flexible in what that looks like. I never would have thought 5 years ago that I'd be, flying internationally and doing presentations, let alone Skype interviews. So yeah, be open to it and enjoy it, and follow the journey, and it'll lead to the right place.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. And guys, let us know how you find the recipes. Let us know how healthy you feel, or if you've had that experience, as I say, or a loved one has had that experience, and you feel like it's really something that you want to explore. Because just starting, I like that you just give that meal, for that starting place to see how it looks and feels for you, so you can try it on, and if you want to, you can dive deeper. So Kellie, let's move into your soul-inspired strategy for today. And I say, guys, if you're new to D.I.V.E Live Online, which I'm sure that you're not, and you've been listening to the interviews, but each of my if you mute, I'm not sure why that happens. Maybe it's because I speak very loud. I don't know. Right, guys. So it doesn't happen on your side. So each of my guests are bringing into the Soul Speaker Spotlight, into the Social Summit, their free gifts and their practical tools, their tips, their strategies, their insights, their videos and audios and things. And the Soul Inspired strategy for the day, I like to think of it as a way to help you move and feel your way in your life and your business. And so I'd love to know what your Soul Inspired strategy of the day is, Kellie.
I think the biggest thing people can do right away to make a difference is know that their personal risk factors are. And there's a long list. I'm not going to go into all of them here, but it's really important to get online, to one of the heart associations and take a look. What are my risk factors? Everybody knows genetics, but what are some of the others? And they're everything from race to lifestyle change to habits. There's a big sleep, pills you take. There's a lot of reasons that we're having this increase in heart disease and stroke. So the best thing anybody can do is find out what your risks are. And then if there's anything on that list that you have the ability to change, do it. We can't change our genetics, but we can decide if we're going to smoke or not. We can get help to quit smoking. And that's a huge factor when we talk about heart disease and stroke. So there's simple things that we can do. I'm not saying that quitting smoking is simple, but there's simple decisions we can make to follow through that will absolutely completely change the way your health is right now. And so what my challenge to everybody is to find out if you have any risks that you can take control of and make a change.
On mute, Kellie. Sorry, I was listening to you. I was just like, wow, your words are so powerful, because I know they come from the heart, and it's just it's beautiful to watch somebody that's overcome that challenge and that debilitating experience, and just to come out the gate and just all guns blazing. So guys, if you are here on Kellie's Feature Day, and then do come over to the Facebook group, do grab the freebie again. I'll put the link around this interview for you. Do come over and continue on that conversation if you're here on our featured day. And if you're not, still moving into inspired action, try out the recipes. Let us know how you find it, and let us know about if you have had a look at any risks, or your Google, what did you say, the Heart Association, Kelly?
Yeah, there's a number of heart associations in different countries. So the one that I'm associated with is the American Heart Association. Yeah. But so anybody can Google that. But almost every country has some sort of a version of that. Just look at those, check them out, figure out if there's anyone that you can take control of, and that'll make the change. Oh,
thank you. I just wanted to really for you not to miss that. Just find out if you have any risks, and just let us know. Do share, because if this is going to support someone on their journey, that life-changing, life-saving opportunity for you to really either help yourself or help somebody you know, or help somebody recover even, it's super powerful and really worth it. So I thank you for your time. So Kelly, I'm going to wrap up, and I'll ask you if you have anything to add. So you know, if you do resonate with this, or you know someone you've had that conversation, then do share this interview with them. Do invite them in to get those insights and those ahas and those breakthroughs, those moments where you sit still and think, oh my goodness, that could have been me, and I want to actually be taking care of me, and having that awareness of what I'm actually doing and what's serving me, what's supporting me in my health, because we want you to live a long and healthy and fulfilled life. So what I'm going to do is just let you know that if you love what Kelly is sharing, then she is contributing an additional gift, what I say is my Uber giveaway. If you've come to the summit and you've seen my bonus training, it's called Speak Your Soul's Message 101. It's about getting your message out there, doing what you love to do, reaching the people that you feel called to serve. But we want you to be taking care of yourself at the same time, because we burn ourselves out, and we don't eat right necessarily, or we don't listen to those nudges that we have that are giving us those warning signs. So if you love what Kelly's sharing, she will share more, and come into the summit, see whatever area each of my guests are sharing, their area of expertise, see if you need a lot or a little of help or support in that area. And if you decide to move forward, then we want to support you, because we believe in transformation. We are sure that you believe in transformation, and we know that transformation begins one person at a time, and that is you, and you're taking care of your health or taking care of a loved one, and really being in the place that you want to be in with your health goals, and eating right and looking after yourself. It's really important to actually be mindful of how you move through your day. As Kelly said, it was so unexpected. She had doctors all over the place baffled. And so hopefully we'll continue on that journey and spread that experience into a really positive one. So again, I do invite you to move forward if you choose to, if you resonate with it. If not, then that's cool. You have the summit. We're not asking you to pay for the replays. You can have access to them. Continue on the conversation. Let us know if you found it powerful, because it's a game changer. It's an eye-opener for me. It helps you start and think. My mother's mother lived to 101, and I'm sure that she looked after herself, and the way that she ate. She lived in the Caribbean, and the diet's very different in different countries. But as Kelly said, it's not just America that bad diet is worldwide, and those statistics are quite shocking, I believe. So that's it for today. I've loved this interview, Kelly. Have you got anything to add before we wrap up? Yeah, there you are. Do you have anything to add?
I get lost, I guess, once in a while.
That's how hangouts work.
No, I think we've covered everything. It's just that really brief overview from the top looking down, and there's so much to eating right, and like you were saying, the different diets in the different countries and how they're being affected and changed. There's a lot more out there, a lot of great information, and I just encourage people to get out and find what really resonates strongly with them in order to find their optimal health.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. So that's it for today. I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to bring you another soul speaker into the Soul Speaker Spotlight, sharing with you more soul-inspired, intuitive business, lifestyle, and marketing strategies for purpose-driven business owners. This is Iona Meade signing off, saying I'll see you over at www.D.I.V.E Live online. Take care, guys.